It is another Sunday, and that means it is the World Sneaker Championship by Pensole, powered by Foot Locker. Yes, yes, yes. My name is D. Wells. Thank you for tuning in to the World Sneaker Championship, the Selection 8 show. We had a great show last week. If you haven't had a chance, man, go back and watch it on YouTube or head over to worldsneakerchampionship.com. We're so excited to have you back for tonight's show. The competition is getting thick. Things are getting more heated. Designers are pulling out all the stops, getting people to vote. I love when you do that. I love seeing you go to the internet and tell your people to vote. So, yes, at the end of tonight's show, once again, we're going to tell you to go over to worldsneakerchampionship.com. Make sure you cast your votes. But in the meantime, sit tight. We're going to get the man himself, the mastermind behind this whole thing, Mr. Dwayne Edwards. What's up, brother man?
What's going on, Clay?
Man.
Yeah, this is I think this is week 4 now. I think it's getting
exactly,
and it's getting thicker and thicker. I think the designers are getting more and more nervous every week. They tune in to see if their name get chosen. But first, I want to give a shout out to our co-host who's not feeling well this week. So
absolutely,
hope Sean is doing all right, getting some hydration, getting some rest. But we'll hold it down for him for sure.
Yes, yes, yes. So, brother number one.
Yeah, definitely. This was another great week. Another great week of people getting out to vote. Like I said, we had 30,000 plus people. Different people cast their votes. So this was another great week of people getting out and putting their name in for who they believe should advance to the next round, which is great.
Man, 30,000 people voted.
Yeah, this week.
Wow.
Yeah,
it gets even more and more. We like that. We like people to vote. We like people to let their voices be heard.
Yeah, we're over 200 and something thousand for the 4 weeks we've been doing this so far, which is great. It was amazing to see people turn out. It's that social media hustle.
Everyone's doing it. Everyone's not just the two-step anymore.
No, it's getting that social media hustle on. So that's a good thing because you know what's at stake. $20,000, $16 is at stake, as well as they can walk into Foot Locker and see their design on that shelf.
Yep.
So that ain't bad. That ain't bad for a little social media hustle.
Not at all. Not at all. I just want to know what the person, the winner's going to do with that $16 of change.
I know, right?
We're going to make sure we give it to them in all either pennies or dimes. I don't know.
Right.
I think that'll make it more interesting. But man, oh man, oh man, D, who do we have tonight? Our selectors are tonight, the big selectors.
Oh yes. These brothers are so good. We only need 2 of them. 2 of them. So the first one up is Mr. Rich Lopez. Rich and I we met about 2010, 2011 during my second Pensole class in New York at Parsons.
Yeah, throwback.
Yeah, man, time goes by quick. But Rich credentials. He's a man of done some amazing things in the sneaker game.
Thank you.
He's for the last 9 years plus. He's a founder of Kicks in the City.
Yep.
Also the founder of KATC.
Stockroom, yeah.
Yep. Man, I remember that show, dude. It was fun to watch, man. It was fun to watch. It always reminded me of, remember the Living Color when they sneak into the movie theater?
That's funny.
You sneak in the back of the stock room and just put it in and dropping knowledge, but you've been dropping knowledge for years, bro. And we're definitely a big contributor to the sneaker culture that we live in today. So I thank you very much for taking the time out on this Sunday night. If you got a little 3-month-old in 3 weeks, you got to get to. He probably started hogging the camera in a minute like Riley.
Yeah, it's about that time.
Yep. But I appreciate you being here, man. Thank you very much.
Sure.
Thank you. And our next selector, man, we go back some years. I think the first time I actually met this gentleman was probably like 2008, 2009. And it's how you know someone but you don't know him. I just knew him as the face of the showgame.com, but certainly he's the founder of the showgame.com. Been putting it in for a number of years. Created in 2006. He's also the co-founder of Kicks Affair Sneaker Convention. ATL native, the one and only Mr. G Rock is in the building.
What up?
What's up, sir?
Not much, man. Pleasure to be here.
Absolutely, absolutely, man. So you've been writing about sneakers, living the culture, and then some, and now you get to be involved with World Sneaker Championship. What do you think this experience is going to be like thus far? What have you seen and heard?
Well, I watched a couple of the previous episodes or whatever, man. So I feel honored to be here, to be selected, and to be amongst somebody that I looked up to when I first started the blog, which is Rich.
Stop.
Yeah, no, for sure. like straight up. I used to check Kicks in the City, man, and try to okay, this is how you do this thing. Like the blogging was all new in 2006. So to be here beside him, that's an honor as well. And to be a judge, and I've been looking at all these designs, these young designers. I feel like I'm in a position to learn from these kids or whatever, because I wasn't always like the most technical. If I saw something I like, I just like it. So watching the videos and just hearing them break down and seeing that passion, I'm here for the ride and the experience, and also always willing to learn. So that's what's up. I'm ready.
Awesome.
Nice.
Well, thanks for being here, man. Thanks for being here.
I appreciate y'all for having me.
Absolutely. So D, we had, oh man, last week's show was crazy. I mean, like you said earlier, people were voting. 30,000 consumer voted. We had people matched up, country versus country, some FIFA matches in some instances, and now we get to the selection of 8. Yep. But before we get there, we need to do a little bit of recap for people that maybe missed last week's show or didn't have an opportunity to vote because you were sleeping and you were half-stepping. So get your stuff right this week. I mean that. People like, oh, I'm gonna vote. That shoulda, woulda, coulda. Yeah, Exactly. So let's give people the abbreviated Cliff Note version a little bit, of what they're gonna see tonight, where the matchups went, who made it to the next round, who basically says, don't give up, because this doesn't mean, even though you weren't selected, this doesn't mean it ends for you. This is just the beginning.
That's right. That's right. So let's look at the matchup and then announce who advanced.
Okay.
Matchup from last week, and then let's announce who advanced. So last week we had a good FIFA matchup with France against Mexico, and this week France looks like it's going to advance. So congrats, Maxence. You will have made it to the selection of 8. Nice work, sir. Very nice.
All right, man. Well, in matchup number 2, we had USA versus China, and as they say, it gets heavy, but let's see who won this bad boy. Let's see. This would be Max that took this one. Man.
That's actually a pretty good Olympic basketball matchup back when Yao Ming was playing.
I knew you were going to go there.
Yep. All right. Next game, we had Canada versus USA.
Woo.
Yeah, actually, the Canada basketball team is looking pretty good, too.
For real.
Yeah, dudes, young guys, but we'll see what happened this time around. Let's see who advances this time. Yes.
Rosilio, or USA.
Yep, very good design from last week.
Well, going right on cue, number 4 matchup. You had Ajaz and Austin. Woo, this was tough. This was tough. This is real tough. And in this one, the winner is USA. I'm sorry,
Ajaz, yep.
Ajaz. My bad. I'm reading this backwards. I'm sorry.
All right, Steve
Ajaz took
Harvey,
that
don't be doing that, man.
See, I was trying not to go there. You know, I was trying not to go there. Shout out to Steve. You
Yep.
recovered very nicely, Steve. So Ajaz took this one. It was a tough. Lots of crazy. You know, again, the numbers were crazy, but
Yeah.
congratulations once again. Matchup number 5, D.
Yeah, I remember this one from last week.
Canada.
We had our first Canada versus Canada connect. Canada was actually representing very thick in this competition, especially
very
going to the final 16. I think we have 4 Canadians in the final 16, which says a lot about what's happening north of the border there for us. So, all right, let's see which Canadian has made it to the next round. Nice, Randy. Randy actually uploaded a better video this week. He wasn't banging his music too hard this time around, but no, he did a good job with this design, and it shows how he's getting further and further and deeper into this tournament. So this is good. Good luck. Congrats.
Right. Man, matchup number 6. This was a tough one again. You know, again, designs. You have a lot of different aesthetics. Let's see who took this one. Let's see. Artur. All right. Canada. Woo, the Canadians, like you said, D, they're in full effect mode.
They're coming hard, man. I don't know what's going on up there from a design point of view, but they're bringing it, especially in this tournament for sure. All right, next matchup, we had Sweden versus USA. Yeah, both really good videos, really good guys that presented and put in some nice work. I think the videos really helped you get a better understanding of both of these designs.
Absolutely.
So I think these two designs really kind of shows the importance of having that extra content to really convey, you know, what the true design intent was. So let's see who advances between Sweden and USA. Austin Scott, nice work. Nice work. If you haven't had a chance to take a look at Austin's video, you should. He did some really good design call-outs. There's more thought put into this than what you can see on the screen.
Absolutely.
Nice work, Austin.
Oh man, and this one, in our matchup number 8, you have Curtis USA, Archie representing the Philippines. They were going heavy. Talk about heavy on social media.
Yeah.
Heavy everywhere. Their videos.
Yeah.
You know, both of them were talk about truly stepping their marketing and putting their marketing hat on. So let's see where this one landed. Ooh.
Right.
Archie from the Philippines. All right.
Yeah, you know, some of these contestants, they actually did a good job of re-rendering the product too, showing other colorways, showing other views, and Archie did that as well. So good job, Archie.
Very, very good. What's his nickname? His nickname is what does paper call him?
Chicken Man. So
Chicken Man.
I don't know where he lives at, but there's a bunch of chickens behind him. Every time we hear him on video, there's always some chickens screaming in the background. Every time.
Oh man. Okay. All right.
All
Well,
right.
hey. So now we get to the top 8, not the top 8 at 8, just the top 8, and our selectors, top 8 selection. Our selectors are gonna go head to head. We're going to put them in the middle of the ring. We're going to tie their feet to each other, and they're going to duke. No, let me stop. No, we won't make you. We won't give you that because right about now, I would say G-Rec has a little advantage because Reverend Pillow and Deacon Sheets is calling Rich. So
right, yeah.
you know,
you get no sleep. Yeah.
No sleep. Team no sleep. You know. Come on. All right. All right, gentlemen. The top 8. Here we go.
Alright, so let's kick things off. Let's take it all the way to the Philippines with my man Archie.
All right.
My man Archie. Now,
Big
now
Archie.
what I'll say about Archie off the rip, man, is I was super impressed with how much attention to detail that he gave. He was extremely informative in his video. I love the storytelling. I think all of these different factors are important when it comes to design. And of course, the overall design was really well. How he incorporated like where he's from, told that story, and made a design out of it. I hear a lot of different design stories from multiple designers or whatever, but I don't know if I've ever heard something that personal and informative. So, and the video was amazing. Anybody that's watching this, if you haven't seen this video, please check it out. Archie, great job, man.
Nice. Nice.
All
Nice.
right. All right, Mr. Rich. Team No Sleep.
I got coming in representing the United States of America, Mr. Austin Scott.
All
This design just, to me, coming from, my love of sneakers is really born out of a love for basketball and performance-based sneakers, and this design is just a throwback to an era that made me fall in love with sneakers, with also a nod, to the future at the same time. And I always feel that it's important to try to straddle both the past and the future in your designs, not getting too heavily skewed in either. You don't want to have your design look dated, and you don't want to have it so futuristic that it flies over people's heads. So this design right here, it's very clean. It's minimal. The lines are minimal, but they're purposeful. And like I said, it's just makes me remember why I got into this whole sneaker game to begin with.
Nice. Nice. Let's see the head-to-head matchup. That's
Wow.
Man.
That's going to be a hard one.
Yeah, I mean, you hit it right on the head, Rich. It's depends on if you want the complexity of the storytelling that Archie is bringing to the table, as well as the clean, simple, detailed information that Austin's bringing to the table. This is exactly why you need those videos, man, because there's more to both of these sneakers than what you see on that screen.
It certainly is.
Nice.
Well, people are going to have a lot to vote from. This, along with some other ones that we'll be revealing tonight. Voting will definitely open up right after the end of tonight's show. You'll have until the 7th of April, 11:59 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So people have to get out and vote. Don't sleep. Don't sleep. All right. So we're going to go back to you, Rich, with the next pick.
Yep, so for the second round, I'm going to the country that's been showing a lot of designing prowess out here in this World Sneaker Championships, and that is Canada with Mr. Artur Rona. And this, honestly, this is... of all the designs that I've seen so far, this is probably the sneaker that I would, or the piece of footwear that I would see myself rocking immediately if it hit the shelves. Before looking at past videos or whatever, I wanted to look at designs just from a perspective if I walked into a retailer and this was on the shelves, would I rock it? Because a lot of times, today we are, I guess, blessed, double-edged sword, but we're blessed with a lot of information when it comes to our footwear purchases. But back in the day, we didn't have those type of luxuries. If it was hot, you rocked it. You copped it and you rocked it. Right. So before looking at any videos or any backstories or anything like that, my first thing was like, is this hot? And I thought this was one of the flyest designs that I would rock right now in the winter in New York. Nice outfit on, and this caught my eye. So that's why it's up here now.
Nice.
All right, Mr. G-Rock. Rich came with the, he's bringing the ruckus.
Yeah, most definitely. Well, I hear you, Maze. You know, shout out to Canada, shout out to Drake, shout out to Justin Bieber,
Right.
shout out to the Raptors. But I'm gonna have to bring it back to the U.S. of A. Shout out to my man Rosolo for holding it down with this design. Is crazy. Put it up on the screen. Now, this design, one thing I could say, and I also agree with some of the points that Maze made. When I walk into a store or when it's time for me to pick a shoe to buy, sometimes I do like to get something that does not look like anything else that's in my closet. One of those shoes that when you walk out on the street, people are like, what the heck are those? Like, it's a conversation starter. And when I look at this shoe, it's one of those shoes where I feel like it's futuristic, but it's also current enough where you could wear it. Also, if you looked at his video, he talks about the inspiration coming from a roly-poly. That was one of the most unique stories and inspirations that I've heard in a very long time, especially with this particular competition. So if I saw this shoe in production, I would definitely want to try it on. If I saw it in Foot Locker or in a boutique or something like that, I know that it's something that's going to get a lot of looks. And like I said, the shoe is inspired by a roly-poly, the way it flexes. And he also mentioned that it was inspired by a beetle as well. So, I mean, if you're talking about pushing the envelope and putting out a shoe that doesn't look like anything else that's on the market, this is the shoe for you right here.
Nice.
Right.
You see it looks together. Head up.
Head to head. Okay.
I can
Where's
see
the whole?
both points, man.
I'm telling you.
I can see both. I mean, from even Artur's video around just how you can lace it different ways, and I like the way he dropped in that felt, which I thought was unique for a sneaker, dropping a felt reference and just how it kind of opens up. Same with the roly-poly. If you can make a roly-poly reference work,
Exactly.
if you can make it work, then that's a good sneaker. So again, it's that contrast. Something that's a bit cleaner and simpler, something that's a bit more aggressive and unique. So then it becomes high top, low top as well. There's another preference point, and a lot of people really don't realize how much that high top versus low top preference really does make buying decisions. Because some people have that preference of just straight lows. Like, D, don't you like you bunch of lows, right?
I am.
All low tops, right?
Low tops mostly. I mean, anything that hits the ankle, even a mid, even like it's a certain feel now. As I've gotten, certainly older, and it's all about comfort level.
Wow. You guys got preferences? Low tops, high tops?
Yeah, I'm definitely more of a low top guy these days, but it just really just depends on the design and the particular shoe itself. But I've been wearing more low tops, more runners than anything as of late.
Wow.
For me, it just really depends on how I'm feeling that day. I mean, I'm just gonna go back to the, what I'm rocking really. What kind of jeans I'm wearing, if I'm going to hoop in it, whatever. It just really depends. So I can't really say that I prefer one or the other. I guess it depends. It's situational.
That makes sense. That makes sense. I mean, and if you get them for free, it helps even the conversation even more.
Always.
All right. Matchup number 3. You up, Rich?
All right.
Matchup number 3. Taking it out of North America, I think for the first time. Actually, no, we had a Philippines contestant. So taking it back to Europe, I'm heading in with Maxence Fournier. Now, this design here is the complete opposite aesthetic or the reason in aesthetics that I chose Austin in the first round. This, to me, kind of just like what G-Rock just said in the last matchup, is completely out the box.
Right.
The design language is very technical, very intense. The material selection as well, the color blocking is a very intense sneaker. And like I said in the first matchup, sometimes you don't want to, you don't want to go in either direction, whether it's a nod to the past or a nod to the future. This is the same thing with a very skewed more towards a futuristic vibe for me. This is another sneaker that like G-Rock said, is a conversation starter. If you rock this and you're putting it together with the right fit, depending on the situation, which we were just speaking about, man, this is a next level design. So, when I first saw this sneaker when Dwayne sent it over, it immediately jumped off the page to me, and had to be in my top.
Nice.
All right. Mr.
All right.
G-Rock, Rich is bringing the pain, so
Yeah, he is. And shout out to that design. We are going to take it all the way to India with my man, Joy. Now, put this one on the screen. This is very much right now, if you're talking about trendy, if you're talking about relevance, whether it's the young or it's the old heads, the Kanye West, whoever, I see a lot of different inspiration. I see a lot of influence in this shoe, and that is a great thing. I also appreciate a simple design, something that's going to be easy to wear, whether you got jeans on, whether you're rocking joggers, you're headed to Walmart, checking the mail, doing whatever you need to do. So that's always a plus, something that's lightweight and comfortable, breathable. I also like this particular design because he tried to, add something different, right? So when you look at multiple simple runners and casual shoes that's on the market right now, you look at this particular shoe, he added this pull tab on the heel counter just to kind of separate it and differentiate it from anything else. And that's always important because you don't want to have, this particular brand and this brand makes a shoe that looks exactly the same. This shoe has something on it to separate itself from the rest of the shoes that's in there. But at the end of the day, like, this is a shoe that I could see myself wearing. This is very much my style right now. Like I said, I'm wearing a lot of runners, so I would wear this shoe. I was impressed with the shoe. Great job well done. You're on the right path, man.
That's good. Very nice. You see the head-to-head.
That's a good matchup right there.
That's a very good matchup.
That's a good matchup.
Yeah, it is. Because they're kind of opposites of each other.
Yeah.
Wow, that's gonna
be a lot of technical stuff going on with both of them, though.
Yeah. And done in a really tasteful way, where it's not technical, where it's screaming at you. It's technical from a functional, just wearable perspective.
Mm-hmm.
Not where they're trying to make you run faster, jump higher, or do anything crazy. Both of them just have that level of just, I'm gonna give you something a little bit different.
See, D, you were trying to bait me to say something inappropriate, so I'm trying to become a better Christian, so I'm gonna say, okay, so,
I think the design from Max Sense, and this goes back to a conversation we were having prior to the show. That design, like I said, Max Sense design from France would look crazy on Instagram. Just like, in today's social media buzz, like, look sick. Not taking anything away from a Jaws at all. Very nice sneaker. Just like aesthetically and taking a picture of it is crazy.
Yeah, that's a good point. All right,
man.
Matchup down. Third matchup down. Here's the last matchup for the week.
Last matchup. I'm bringing it back to the United States of America. Once again, that's where we're going to end up with Mr. Maxwell Lund.
Crazy.
For me, this is very much, if you look at each of the sneakers that I picked so far, this takes a little bit from all of them, in that it has a performance aesthetic, but it also has a lot of lifestyle appeal, which is, again, close to my heart. It's also very, like G-Rock was saying, very on trend right now with an athleisure look. It looks performancy, but you could rock it casually. Also, the lacing system on this is crazy, especially with the drawstring lace lock. I love those. That's a throwback. The tongue tab really sets off the silhouette. I personally like a high loopy tongue tab like that, I think it sets off the sneaker and it gives it another dimension in height without having to bring the sneaker up from the collar. I like the simple color blocking that we're just going with a two-tone look. We're going with like an oxblood or maroon up top and then the brown on the sole. I like also and this is something that I've mentioned a lot to other people about what helps make classic sneakers, and Dwayne obviously is a guru on this, so I'm just giving my opinion. The ratio between the upper and the midsole, where one is not, they're in proportion. I love the way that this one looks, that it goes from slim at the toe to thicker at the heel. Yeah. It's just a lot of like beauty in this design right here. And the same thing, I could rock this, right now. It's really dope design.
Great.
And I also like the padded. I also want to touch on. I like the padded ankle collar. Nice, very nice touch, and adds to the comfort as well.
Yep. Nice, man. Man, y'all been in this industry a while. Y'all throwing out details and buzzwords and everything else. That's good.
That's a high design, though. I'm not gonna front. That's pretty nice.
Yeah.
All right.
You did a good job color blocking everything. I think this one really shows the importance of color blocking.
Yeah.
Of just how it could be used to your advantage, and it really celebrates the product instead of taking away from the product.
I agree.
Nice work.
I agree. Good stuff. All right, Mr. G-Rock.
All right, cool. Finally, I'm ready to grab that passport and head up to the beautiful, beautiful Canada. Shouts out to my man, Randy. Now, Randy, like my man, the Jaws, both in that same box as far as something that's ready right now, something that's trendy, something that's current, something that's relevant. Like May said, something that hits that timeline on Instagram and you stop, you see the joggers, you see your Fear of God denim rip just sitting on top of those bad boys. You see them at the consignment shop. If the production was low enough, you know what I mean, where you gotta save a couple checks to buy these bad boys. I mean, this is it right now. He even said in his video that it was inspired by a lot of like popular culture, 2015, some of the best sellers. So if you look at it, it's just like I said, it's ready right now. It's already poised. You wouldn't even need a whole bunch of marketing behind this shoe. Just put it on the gram, Snapchat it so we know it's real. Make sure the price point is good. Like he said, he played with a lot of textures and stuff like that. So I would love to actually see this design come to fruition, so that I could see it in person. Be able to walk in the boutique and see the shoe. I don't think anybody that's watching this is disagreeing that this shoe is very much ready for production right now. So Randy, man, you did an excellent job, man. I don't know if you did it on purpose, if you wanted it to just be cool for right now, but I feel like this is also a timeless shoe too, because it's not done up so heavily where it's like, okay, 5 years from now this look is out of style. Like, no, it's very simple, but at the same time you still added some real cool features and characteristics to make the shoe unique, and that's why I had to roll with you, Randy. So shout out to Canada. Canada has been holding it down. Like,
it has.
Canada has been doing its thing.
Yeah, so, they have. They still in there, man. Of the top 8. So first let's see this matchup. Of the top 8, I mean, I think there's 2 Canadians in and 3 USA, and so something's going on up there.
That's a good one. I'm gonna have to like G-Rock give me props on my selection. I'm gonna give him props on his too. That design by Randy is really fresh. I mean, this one right here is tough, man. I think it depends on, like I said, between low and highs, how you're feeling that day, because neither of these deserve to lose anything. These are both really, really hot designs. So shout out to both of you guys.
Exactly. Both of y'all did a great job.
The interesting thing is when people walk into, think about it. The winning design will be available at Foot Locker. So when you walk into Foot Locker stores, you may actually see one of these sneakers, on the shelf and be like, now I'm seeing it, in the, fully in all its glory.
Yeah.
So, and that feeling, just like you've spoken about this before, the first time you saw one of your designs on the shelves, what that was like.
Yeah, dude. It's like it was yesterday, and it was 27 years ago.
Wow.
It was like yesterday, and it's I think when we get into the industry, everyone is really excited to be in the industry, working at a brand, and get a paycheck. But honestly, that feeling you can't. It's nothing like it. And I try to tell my students, to savor that first moment of not only walking into a Foot Locker for the first time, but when you see someone on the street that you don't know with something on that you've designed, that's when it really hits you that you actually are part of this industry. When it's your family and friends, they're getting it for you from a discount or for free. Size 9, so they don't really count.
Right.
It's the people you don't know. When you see it on them for the first time, that's when it really counts, and that's when it really sinks in. And one of these gentlemen is gonna have that opportunity for sure.
It's amazing.
I mean, I'm just looking at that top 8 right there. That's really tough. Those are some good quality. I mean, I got a chance to check out last week's show. I'm not taking anything away from any of the people last week, but I'm sure it's going to get tougher and tougher once there's less and less people. But this is tough.
Yeah.
Well, good matchups, some very good matchups here.
Yep. Well, I mean, like the screen says, we gotta get people to vote so we can get down to that top 4, and it's going to be hard to get to that top 4, let alone to the top 2 and to the 1. But top 4 is next. But I think what's good about this is, as you both fellas have said, it's a difficult decision, and all eight of the students here should be proud that they got to this point, because there's some other people that didn't, and even those that didn't, they should still be proud that they entered it. And I've received several emails from people just thanking me for the opportunity of being in part of the top 64. And it's been good, man. Oh, and I got another email from someone else got a job interview.
Because of their design that they submitted.
Yeah,
wow.
This is number 5.
Wow.
This person emailed me saying they got a job interview for it. And we just talked about one on the first episode.
Right. And look what's happened since.
Yeah, 5 of them, almost one a week. Well, more than one a week. We pacing more than one a week, so that's good.
So
sure won't be the last.
Yep. See, ladies and gentlemen, those people that didn't make it to the next round, you're still in the game. You're not out. You're not out of it. So
there are absolutely no losers here at all, man. Just because you don't make it to the next round don't mean that you lost anything. I mean, this is should be proud of yourself, for real.
Absolutely.
There's plenty of people on American Idol didn't win, and they had a bigger career than people who won.
Good point.
Yeah, same with Shark Tank. People didn't get funded, but they making more money than people who did.
Yeah, even better point.
Yep. All right, fellas, last words?
G-Rock, you want to go ahead first? Or?
Yeah, I'll go ahead, man. So just to piggyback off what May said, man, no one is a loser at all. And to Dee's point, someone got offered an interview off just this exposure, so you never know who's watching, you never know who's going to see this. So, hold your head up, whether you win or you don't actually, make it all the way to number 1. Like, just continue to pursue your passion and, stay focused, continue to educate yourself, man. Consistency is the key to the breakthrough. Trust me, I know. So I just want to encourage all the young people, man. Thank you for inspiring me. And I learned some things from watching y'all's videos, man. And like I said, in the event that you don't get that number 1 spot, please do not give up. Keep going. If you feel this is what you were created to do, then do it. Period. Don't stop.
That's right.
Off top first, I want to thank Dwayne for having me be a part of this. Like he said, we met maybe 6 years ago at first at Parsons. One of his, I came and spoke to his students at one of his early, so was it a summer program, I believe, one of his earlier programs?
Yeah, summer program.
Yeah, and the program itself was still nascent, still in its earlier days, and to see where it's come and how far it's going and how it's progressing, I'm glad that I'm still around 6 years later to be a part of it again. You know, because that's a testament, I think, to his hard work in seeing this get to this point, and you know, to get to the point where a student's design could end up on the shelves in Foot Locker. If he would have told me that probably 6 years ago, I would have told him that he was crazy. But you know, he's taken it this far, and you know, to piggyback off what people would, well, all three of us were saying is, even if you don't see your design on the shelf in Foot Locker, doesn't mean anything. It just means that you weren't selected #1, but it doesn't take away from your skill set. It shouldn't take away from your passion and determination. If anything, it should fuel you more. You know, the more no's you get, the more yeses you get a chance to turn them into. So keep pushing. I'm sure Dwayne, who's obviously a legend in sneaker design, got told no, or got told plenty of times in his career that his designs weren't good enough or weren't what people were looking for. If you didn't, then you're not doing it right. You know, not everyone's gonna like everything that you do. So just take that, take everything, take this whole experience as motivation. Congratulations to the top 8. I wish you all the best of luck. And honestly, whoever wins, I'm going to go to Foot Locker and I'm going to see your design out there, and I'm going to bring myself home a pair. Whoever wins, and I can't wait for that opportunity to do so.
Well, I think we might be able to slide you a comp pair, though.
Oh, okay.
We'll still go and represent, though, and take a photo and put it on Instagram.
Yeah.
We're there.
20 plus years in the sneaker game, and then 10 plus years doing, you know, the sneaker content game. I still buy my sneakers too, so you know, nothing wrong with that at all.
True.
Nope.
True.
True.
All right, D, another one in the books.
Another one in the books,
Another
man.
one.
Another one.
Yes.
The competition is thick. People vote. You know, last week we had about 30,000. So I'd like to actually see I'm going to say we're going to see 50,000 plus this week. Nice. So please help me. You know, help me by voting. People go to worldsneakerchampionship.com and vote. You know, I can sit here and echo everything that Rich as well as G-Rock already spoke about and D already spoke about. But more importantly, you know, let your fingers do the walking and talking. Vote ASAP. Don't wait. You have until April 7th, 11:59 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. That's Pacific Standard Time. So vote. Do it tonight, and then you can vote again from a different, you know, IP address tomorrow. Yes. Right. I'm telling you how to go ahead and vote.
Start the ballot box.
Exactly.
Finesse.
So,
that's right.
You know, vote. You know, so.
All right. Well, you know what? One quick thing. You're right, Rich. I've had over 500 styles go to retail, and I've probably had well over 2,000 plus or more no's.
Wow.
You know, where it only fuels you. It makes you better. And
them no's make your yeses better.
Oh yeah, it does, dude. It does, man. It does. My whole career was based off of someone telling me no. You know?
That's true. Yeah.
My whole foundation was no. So if I wouldn't have had that no, I probably wouldn't be sitting here. And you know, so no is a good thing. Trust me, it is a good thing. We all need a little bit of incentive, so we can get our want to up, because sometimes we don't have enough want to make things happen. But let's close it out. I definitely want to thank Foot Locker for making this happen. Without you, we wouldn't be here. Definitely Soul Collector for, you know, first of all, allowing Rich to be here, and then being such a great media partner through the last few weeks. And then obviously G-Rock, I appreciate you being here, bro. It's good to finally put a face to the name after about 10 years or so, almost 10 years. So finally good to see you. And then obviously to D, Mr. D Wells, appreciate it. Paper, Shine, Get Better. And then the people behind the scenes you don't see, Wachaya and Herbert, again, thank you very much for all your hard work. Much, much appreciated. As D said, go ahead and log on. Voting should be ready in about an hour. Make it happen. We'll see you next week.
All right.
Thank you.
Y'all be good. You'll be safe. Come back and walk with us, talk with us next week, next Sunday. Yes, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll be back on live. Go and vote. So keep your laces tight, your tongue loose, walk good, and vote. World Sneaker Championship 2016. Y'all be safe.